Okay, here we go. We are live. Fantastic. All right. Happy Monday, everyone. Welcome to Monday. I am so excited to be here today to speak to you live about a topic that is very important and has really come up in the past 2 weeks for me personally. And that is coming across people who do not have a personal development or self-growth fund available to them, or that they haven't thought about that this year. So let's deep dive into this topic that is so crucial to your elevating your life, to leveling up yourself, your well-being, your body, your mind, your every different area of your life requires growth and expansion on an annual basis. And yet, when I speak to people who are so eager to start working with me, they would really like to level up their health, change their body composition, reverse their blood work, but they have allocated almost nothing, well, pretty much nothing. It's a surprise to them when they find out, this is a majority out-of-pocket expense. What I do and the work that I do with people, this is a majority out-of-pocket expense. We do have some benefits that come from BF&M here on island, and also Colonial CG on island. And those benefits are very helpful, but this isn't like, this is a mostly out-of-pocket expense. This is your self-growth. This is your personal development. This is leveling up your health, your physiology. And so even though there may be some benefits from your insurance provider, it's time to open up your mindset and change your perspective on what you allocate your money to on an annual basis. All right. So people who are growth-oriented, growth-minded people, they know, like we know, and high-value men and high-value women know that when we spend our money, it is spent on things that are really of value. All right. So what I mean to say is when we spend our money, it goes towards things like what we put into our body, our food. So I've eaten organic meat all year, and my first conventional meat meal on Thursday night at a barbecue. That was the first time that I ate non-organic meat all year. Okay, so I spend my money on what I eat, that's going into my body. Literally what you put in your mouth goes into your body. So that includes, the clean water that you have, the liquids that you take in, from teas. Do you take in coffee? You're taking lots of sugar, right? So like what you put in your mouth should be a very high priority in your funds, what you spend your money on. Next would be personal and self-development, right? So, we have shelter, right? So you need to pay for your rent or your mortgage, and transportation and things like that. These fundamentals, of course, they're there, right? Here in Bermuda, there's a lot of private schooling, so you have to pay for your education for your schooling. But coming back to what you spend your personal money on, right? So really healthy food, top priority for high-value women and high-value men. This is not a trash bin where I'm just going to put chips and hot dogs and hamburgers and conventional meat and, and like candies and sugars and stuff like that, and cakes and mac and cheese. This is not a trash bin, right? So this is where high quality comes into my body. And that's what I spend my money on. Next would be personal development, right? Like every year, I want to be growing. I want to be getting better. I've been like this since I was born, I think, but it just made so much sense to me. I want to have an extraordinary life. If I want to be an extraordinary human, if I want to serve at a whole big level, personal and self-development are absolutely crucial for the high-value man, high-value woman, or, that person with a growth mindset who's really ready to level up their life year after year. They know it gets better. Things don't slow down and get worse and get more boring and you get old or, sluggish, lazy. No, you actually develop and it gets better and better and better and better if you put yourself on that path. All right. So there are these people that I've been, having calls with, consultation calls, did a ton of consultation calls. Last week was so busy for me. And then I tell people my fees for working with me and getting this transformation, getting this leveling up of your physiology, of your body, of your nutrition, of your health. You don't have the money for it. And so they say, right? So it's one of those things where, you need to have that fund. If you want to excel as a human, you want to be an extraordinary person, funding for self and personal development, which would include, I wrote down some notes here where I spend my self and personal development funds every year. Health, that's education, that's nutrition. If you like the gym, then gym pass or equipment pass or yoga passes or something like that. But health, personal development, that includes these courses to learn. Like, I don't have a good relationship with food in my body or something like that. That's where you're going to need to put your money towards to really heal that and expand in that level so that you feel like I've got this for the rest of my life. So personal development funds, your finances, and self-development, like self-growth, in your health and wealth creation. So if you're still living on one earned income and you have no passive income flow, you want to really probably look into personal development, into wealth creation. Okay. Everyone can do it, no matter where you live, and learning the skills of creating wealth is really, really important. And I would recommend really vetting your coaches in that area. Relationships. We are always in relationships with people. In business, I'm in relationships with people. In my intimate life, I'm in relationship with people. In my personal life, I'm in relationship with people. My family life, I have my parents, my sister, I'm an auntie, I'm a godmom. Relationships are an area of your life that is super important, worth time and money spent on elevating that area of your life. Because, Tony Robbins has said that the quality of your life is actually the quality of your relationships. And I would argue that really first it's your biology, your health and stuff, but that's how important relationships are. Spending money on communication skills so you can be a better communicator, so you can articulate yourself, and that you can share, with either your intimate partner what your needs and wants and desires are and where you need some help. You can share in your therapy sessions, communication, therapy. There's a great spending of personal development funds. Networking skills, learning how to properly network so you can expand your circle. Professional development. So that's now moving away from personal development, but professional development. If you're a lawyer, making sure you're really getting in that like new knowledge, new information for every year so that you're not falling behind in your information and your skill set for your profession. All right, so this year I will tell you guys, I haven't added up the receipts, but I've already spent between $5,000 and $12,000 on personal development. So that's books, courses, coaches, mentorships, pretty much that. Yeah. So one course was several $1,000s, and another course was another almost several $1,000s. So, and I'm so grateful for it. One girl who took this business course that I took earlier this year, she didn't have the money to take the course. And like I said, it was several $1,000s. So she sold her car. She sold her car to take the course, and now she is consistently doing 30K months in her business. Do you see what personal development does? It is remarkable. When you level up, when you elevate your life, do you think she cares that she had to sell a car? No, she's now doing 30K months consistent, right? And that's just the beginning. That's just the beginning, right? So the results that we get from investing in ourselves are like 10x what we spent on the actual investment. So when I tell people my fees and the price and it's out of pocket, mostly, unless you have some benefits towards it, which is it's not a big portion of it. You have to think about, where is this money coming from? What do your finances look like, you guys? Have you thought about this? Do you need to sell your sofa? Do you need to sell your dining table? Do you need to sell a bed set? How important is that bed set? How important are those renovations? Unless you have got like the roof is leaking, then, think about that. It's also costing you learning more about your health. It's also costing you elevating your life. I see these people, they're buying like designer shoes and designer handbags. this is not the best way to spend your money. And I really feel that high value women and high value men would consider that probably next to last, right? There are investments you can spend your money on. There is investing in yourself, your health, your well-being, so many different things, experiences, memories, then, designer things that have a short lifespan. So yeah, so I myself spent between 5 and 12K this year so far on personal and self-development, also business development. So that has been, I don't regret a penny of it. And I should let you know, I'm a single income household. Nobody supports me, hasn't ever. So so single income household, founder and director of a startup. So a lot of people are employees here, so having a startup is really risky. It's so risky. Your income is uncertain. Okay. And still I found 5 to 12K to spend on that. And yeah, it's prioritization. It's prioritization so much of the time. All right. And what else? Whoa. One of my friends just spent earlier this year $100,000 on a coach, on an ascension coach. So that she's also an entrepreneur. Her business is doing amazing. So think about that. There are people out there spending $100,000 on coaches. I would do the same. I'm just not at that bracket as yet, but I certainly am in the bracket for 12K, right? So there are some $25,000, 25K masterminds that I'm very interested in. I'm trying to find a Canadian equivalent that is in the passive income stream genre or like scene, so I'm very interested in real estate investment. So passive income stream stuff is very interesting to me. There's a mastermind I really want to do. It's 25K. It's not quite relevant to me because it's American based. So I'm looking for a Canadian one right now. So people are spending 100K. I'm looking at a 25K mastermind. I've spent 12K already this year. We're only like just over half a year. I told you about the girl who sold her car for the course is now earning 30K months. This is such an important piece of expenditure, and I'm finding, especially in Bermuda, this is just something that has just not come up, and it's something people have not thought about. So I would love to be the person that introduces you to the idea of a personal development fund, or if you don't have, if it's just not possible right now to create a fund, sell some stuff on Facebook Marketplace. I just sold a couch. I'm doing some traveling coming up, so I needed to lighten my load, lighten my footprint here. So I sold a bed set. Those two together, you could easily pay for my sessions. So, think about where you're spending your money. Do you have a personal development fund? Do you want to level up? Is this a priority? And then you have to figure the priorities out yourself, right? So yeah, the kids have to go to school, right? Then where does your finances allow for, or what can you sell, or what can you do? Maybe it's time to start really investing in wealth creation so that you have alternate 5 flows of income. Have you thought about that? And you can start that at any age. I started in my 20s. So 20s or teens, 20s. And so, yeah, that's pretty much it. I've just had a lot of people, on these calls, I don't have the money. And then it's really become a thing. And I just really feel like, think about it in advance for your year. If you want something that's all of a sudden and you want it now, you want it badly, you got to sell something. You got to sell something. You got to borrow some money. You can pay back somebody later, and like I said, the investment that you spend on yourself is, when you do the work, your results are like 10x what your investment was. You start to have better performance on your job with better health. You have less sick days. You have a better presence. You have more energy. With more energy, you're able to produce more at your job. You're able to present more strongly, more powerfully at your job. Your brain fog clears. You can probably negotiate a higher salary. Do you know what I mean? Things start to happen when you start to invest in yourself. It's like the universe shows up to say, I've got your back. We've got your back, right? The universe has your back when you start to invest in you. And that truly begins with your health and your physiology. When you don't have your health, you don't have anything. You really, really, this is an important area of investment. And so it's one of those things to budget in for. Or, you know what, really think about how important it is when you do make that call with me. So yeah. And what else was I going to say? It was one more point. I didn't write this point down. Okay, we'll just finish there. So, right. So then if you would like to, yeah, that's pretty much it. If you want to speak to me, if you like a consultation, again, this is an area of your life that will really radically transform all of the rest of your life. So if you would like to have a consultation call, I offer free consultation calls with everyone. So it's 20 minutes to 40 minutes, free calls. We discuss your goals, your challenges, what you're going through, and then I see what I can do that can help you in those areas. All right. So yeah, but this is an out-of-pocket expense for the most part. Oh, this is what I was going to say. The coolest thing about it being an out-of-pocket expense is that when people commit, when it's insurance money, people don't show up the same. I used to have much lower fees, and people like, oh, sorry, they would be like drunk on Friday night, and then they would, oh, I can't make it on Saturday for my session. I'd have cancellations like all summer long, and I'd still bill for my cancellations, but it was like that disposable. Do you know what I mean? Like even at $150 a session, people would just blow it off. Oh, I'll pay the copay. Don't worry about it, right? Like, no, you want to elevate your life. I'm not here for me. I'm here for you, right? So what I like is when you have fees that really speak to your value and what you're delivering, your client, the person with the need to grow and develop in this area, shows up at a whole other level, a whole other intention. They show up and their intention is sharp and it's clear. They show up and their commitment is there and it's solid. Like, I put the money down. This is what I put my money on, and I am going to show up and I'm going to do the work and I'm going to listen. I'm going to bring my questions. I'm going to bring my challenges. I'm going to bring all of this to you. You know, you just show up at a different level when your investment is something that you know that you're investing in yourself. When insurance is paying for things, honestly, it's people are just, they're way more laissez-faire, right? Just like whatever. It's not the same, and I didn't enjoy. Some people do show up at $150 an hour when copay is like only $80 or whatever. Some people do. I have to say, I do have some clients that do. The majority of people don't. So you need to really decide that this investment is important to me, and that's what that price tag also does. It means that you're showing up. It means that you're getting results. You're going to get this transformation you put this investment in, right? So I'm going to teach what I know. I'm going to show up 110%. We are going to work on this together, co-create your best nutrition, your best health, your best life. Okay, we're going to do that. It takes a certain amount of investment for people to actually say, hey now, right? Awesome. Okay. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed this talk on your personal development fund, which is a must at any age, may I say, at any age, not just in your 20s and 30s when you're in growth mindset, right? Like, or like in a predominantly like building, right? So remember when I spent quite a bit of money learning about charities and how to evaluate a charity. So for everything that I do that's philanthropic, I wanted to know that I'm investing in a charity that is spending this money wisely. So you can learn about all those kind of things. You know, in all stages and areas of your life, you can be expanding and growing and, you know, attracting people who are growth mindset people into your life. But you have to start with you so that you will be extraordinary. You'll attract these extraordinary people into your life. It's a phenomenal thing that happens. And I highly recommend having a personal development fund or selling your sofa. What do you need a sofa for, really, right? Maybe you have 2 living rooms. Some people in Bermuda, you know, they got 2 living rooms, you have several. You don't need all of that stuff. If you have your health that's suffering and you don't have the money for it, health care that's like really effective and like really there for you and really showing up, and that's on you. Look around your house. What can you sell? What can you do? You know, what can you do in any of your life, right? Could you need to shift some investments? Do you need to do something in another area of your life with your rental property or something like that, right? Like, what do you need to do to make it happen for you? I'm here for you. Got it. Okay. Take care. Happy Monday. Have a great week. As you know, Monday is one of the best days of the week for me. I love it. I love Sunday and Monday. Those are my 2 favorites. So I'm having a great day so far. I went for a great swim and yeah, all of that good stuff. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Oh hey, you made it to the end of the video. Awesome. I have so much more where that came from, so click through to the next one because you are going to love it all. And don't forget to hit that like button, that subscribe button, and smash that notification icon so that you never miss out and you always know what's happening. This is Agatha for Fueled, and I will see you in the next video.